Happy to share a good news that a new course has been introduced, and this is called the Backbencher Transformational Journey. The Backbencher Transformational Journey is a course for self-management. Do you know why some people do extraordinary performance? Some people perform extraordinary. Some people really wait for extraordinary thing to happen, because the people who are performing extraordinarily has got a mindset of excellence, the mindset of winner, the mindset of growing, and the person who is not able to perform ordinarily or just ordinary, having the mindset of fixed and going through the respective flow. Whoever has got a great self-management skill, they are one step above of the 90% person who are in the mass. So you need to uplift yourself. You need to enable your skill such a high that you will be in top 10%. Today we will be discussing on one of the fundamental course which will enable you to discover the real diamond which is there within you, and you will be able to sharpen all of your 65 essential skills such a way that the upcoming future will be really brighter, really compelling, and you can define your direction towards your purposeful destiny, and your life will be purposeful, fulfilled, passion oriented, and happy. You will be feeling blessed, energetic, young, going through this course, and you will be experience the journey of excellence. So first comes self-management excellence. If you manage yourself, mastering the art of the skill development, then you will be able to see the 64 other skills are automatically enhanced or expanded. Your life will be fulfilling, your life will be really passion oriented, and you will be able to be strong, bold, brighter, and do compassionate work with confidence, and you will be having the practice of giving more and establishing your winning edge strongly. Let's see what are the other areas are. Ikigai. This is one of the fundamental things. In one of the rural area of Japan, the average age is 100 years of the living there. So 100 years of age in a specialized locality, the scientists got really astonished. How come people are living such a long, healthy life? They went for a survey, and when they are into the survey, they fortunately or unfortunately landed up in a house where the grandmother had the 100-year birthday celebration there. So they met the old lady, 100 years old, who were busy with cooking. So they told, we are coming from foreign country, and we got to know that in this locality the average age of human being is 100 years. We are trying to get some information how happily, healthy people are living their life, and we would like to make some question, and we are curious to know what is the essence of your 100 years of age. Then the lady gave a smile. The researcher or the scientist narrating What is your essential thing for getting up next morning in more enthusiastic and energetic way so that you can do even better in the next day? The lady again smiled and politely said, "My passion is cooking. I have got a lot of family members, and my aspiration is next day I will get up healthy and I'll cook passionately such a way that every individual of my family member will say, wow, it was a delicious dish. That aspires me to live long, to create something unique and make others smile, satisfied with my cooking." The scientist was very much pleased and got to know that okay, this is the fundamental objective for healthy life living. That is the ikigai. Prepare your ikigai. What is the purpose of your happy, healthy, energetic, young, enthusiastic, fulfilled life? And take small action such a way that you will be heading towards that fulfilled life, and you will be living life fullest, enthusiastically, and make the happiness to happen in every day, every moment. Second skill we will be picking up, that is positive outlook. Few things are controllable, few things are not. Few things you can take charge on, few things are not. Irrespective of whatever ups and downs scenarios in the external environment, if you are internally strong, internally calm, and then see the opportunity in every happening, be it opportunity, then you need to select the best one. Be it challenging, you need to focus on going to deep and see the solution. So if you have a positive outlook with a dynamism and with a stronger aspiration that whatever solve is available, you will be able to pick the optimum solution out of it so that you can have a great problem solver. So outlook with a positivity is the next skill that you need to practice. Then we need to pick another skill called patience. This is very much important. Now in the age of digitalization, we are in a state where we can see click order, right? Order delivered. So something is not the life is. You need to have patience, deep patience. You need to become quiet, great observation. What is happening? Is this something I need to differentiate my strategy than other to win the race? So patience is one of the great virtue you need to practice so that you can upskill yourself in a greater height. Next skill we will be focusing on, that is the inner discipline. Discipline is something which will enable you to get up before alarm clock rings. Remember, mind is such a fantastic thing which will enable you to grow fast, and it will also enable you to fall fast. And if you give mind only comfort thing, then the mind will not enable you to come out from the comfort zone, and it will live as it is. So fundamental objective, create the disciplined orientation of your life so that things will be in order from whatever disorder condition is. Have a strong discipline to live life very purposefully and not wasting and getting victimized from the energy dragger, and make sure you are the victor because you are blessed with a lot of capability you need to nourish. Next thing I will pick up quickly is purity and originality. It is very much important. Every individual is blessed with few uniqueness. That is your USP and that is your originality. Do not be a copycat. Ram is having some fascinated car. Invest much and get the car in the next day. It is easy, but do a proper risk assessment, and whatever you are good at, whatever you are passionate at, whatever you love to do, and whatever the world really needs and ready to pay you, focus on that with your passion, with your creativity, with your master touch. Thus, you will be really saluted with your originality and purity. Next thing, as I pick, is the capacity and capability, which is actually getting translated into credibility. What does it mean? If you have a challenge, if you have a capacity, and if you see someone who is bogging down with lot of challenge, is getting frustrated and bored. Someone who has got great capability but challenge is low, they are also bored and dissatisfied or really frustrated. Now, if you see your challenges are on the top, you need to really uplift your capability by sharpening new skills, sharpening new thing, and sharing experience, learning, exploring such a way that your capability will make sure your experience is such a high that your credibility will be there, and you will be clocking, you will be nogging, and you will be called again and again for your great problem solving or leadership skill. Do not make any decision when you are angry, when you are having low energy. So your capability should be something like really boosting, bouncing forward, so that you are really agile, flexible, dynamic to grow yourself by helping others. Next that I'll be picking up is listening skill. If you see the people on the road, 90% people are constantly talking. They don't know what the message they are trying to convey, but still they are talking. Listening is very important because we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen first carefully so that you can really have a great understanding what the other person is trying to say. If they are saying something is not clear, ask, because only listening will be providing you great clarity to move on. Next skill I'll be focusing on is having a rich mindset. I have emphasized the fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Fixed mindset people not having the rich mindset, or growth oriented people or rich mindset people having a stronger aura of greater credibility, greater capability, greater outlook, greater positive vibe, greater visualization, greater aspiration, and having the adaptive leadership style. Whatever may come, I'll be the best. I'll be the number one, and putting 110% so that they can get extraordinary result. Their outcome is much more different than the other who is on the road. They are on the class, not the mass. So fundamentally, you will have the mindset to have a vision and visualization for the future orientation. And if you make your future glorified, you need to take action which will be glorifying every moment of your life. Do not really focus what is out of control. Rather, control the controllable. Take baby steps and then you can move ahead with an excellent outcome. Practice that to build the habit of excellence, to build the rich mindset so that your life journey will be really fulfilling and compelling. Next, that I'll be picking up is rejection skill. This is one of the fundamental things. You will be able to see if you attempt 100 times, only 10 times you will be getting the success. 90% you will be able to see your result is not satisfying you at all. Your outcome is not getting fulfilled. So that is called rejection. Others will say no. Take the rejection positively. Think of why you are not getting that cutoff exceeded. There might be opportunity that something better is waiting for you, or there is an opportunity you to fulfill the gap by analyzing where the lacuna is. Put extra effort, even if it hurts. Remember, winners do the same thing differently. They do not take a different action, rather same thing differently. So if you understand, okay, this is my fault, I take the ownership and responsibility and I do it differently so that the gap will be bridged and my approach will be little different to make sure that I am hitting the bar. Practice that. Next thing I'll be highlighting that you will be focusing is called observational power. If you see the crane who is standing in one leg, closely observing the water in the pond, letting the small fishes pass by, and when the big fish comes, it jumps and picks that up. Similarly, though the low-hanging fruit will be there, but to satisfy your recurring expenditure, maybe you can quickly jump on and take the low-hanging fruit, but your vision, which will be making your life fulfilling and compelling, go for the long-term accomplishment with the focus and concentration. So observation is very much important. Where you can really add value, where the opportunities are coming, you will be pioneer by putting your action there. Storytelling. It is extremely important. Why? Because people will only remember the story you tell and associated fundamental tagline that you are emphasizing to focus on. You can give lot of gyans. The gyans will go out, but if you really want to install the gyan in their subconscious mind, then the storytelling will be playing a pivotal role. Fundamentally, create story which is aspiring, relate that into their life journey and make the twist so that you can create a contrast and give real life relevant example such a way that they are not feeling bored, rather they are attached and associated such a way that you can really show the risk and show the twist and show the action such a way that your punchline which is there will be repetitively told in the story and they can remember long. Remember, people are not really fascinating on what you are saying, but how you are delivering, how you are telling, that is the fundamental essence. Next, I'll be emphasizing on this strategy, which is very much important. What is strategy? Strategy means what I will do in order to accomplish my job in short term, mid term, or long term. We have seen the World Cup football. So one team is scoring, one team is scoring, one team is scoring again, the another team is scoring again, one team is scoring and finally winning. So fundamentally, even other team is scoring, what will be our strategy to make the game winning within this short span of time? We'll defend like this, we'll attack like this, where the others' defense are weaker. So that is the strategy. Strategy means high level planning. Strategy means when goal is set, then how our approach will be, nullifying all the showstopper and get it accomplished by mindful action. So your strategy will really define your direction to make your destiny being reached. Practice strategizing. Next, we will be talking about collaboration and teamwork. Remember, you may be skillful, you may be mindful, you may be very much experience oriented, but you cannot alone do the mission to be accomplished. It is not one man show. So what you need a team. You need the collaboration, cooperation, coordination, such a way that you can make sure all others are really in the same horizon, considering the shared vision, and they can accomplish your milestone by giving, like football, passing and then going. Establish your collaboration skill. Do not engage your mind to find the fault of others. Rather, if someone is missing or absent, if someone is giving the failure situation to happen, cover up so that as a team you will be the real owner. Next, we will be focusing on questioning skill. That we are talking about, it is very much important to get it clarified before you deliver. So fundamental essence is you will be able to see somehow things are not clear. If it is not clear, you can ask in a polite manner. The question can be are of two types. One is relevant question, one is non-relevant question. So you must think of, is it relevant question? Why this is happening? How this is happening? What are the consequences of that? Is there any risk associated with that? When it actually happened, what exactly I need to do in order to mitigate that? Those can be clarified before you take the action. So your fundamental essence will be question, clarify, take action, deliver, review, and then move on. So questioning skill is one of the essential skill you need to sharpen on. The next skill that we are going to emphasize on is decision making skill. In your life, lot of decision has to be taken, and this decision must be effective. Otherwise, your decision can really ruin your life journey. What is important in your decision making? Is it good or bad? This is one type of decision. But fundamentally, the decision you are taking, what is your pain and what is your gain, that you need to put emphasis on. Thus, this decision will be actually actually adding value in your long term, mid term, or short term, versus it will create a huge impact that can be clarified. So, do proper risk assessment. Once you take the decision, you are becoming the chooser of that situation. So, fundamentally, when you are really not good at health, not good at mental state, emotionally bogged down or really angry, or not having a good financial stability, pause for the moment, taking effective decision. Thus, you can save your direction towards the next step. Next thing I would like to practice essential skill, that is something as belief system. That is something of installing empowering belief. In a lot of cases, it has been proven that what you think is not essentially to be the final one. Mind says, oh, okay, it is impossible. Though it is possible by others, it is not possible for me. I am really a failure person. I am very little to accomplish that. Challenge that, because you have a capability. Take extra step even it hurts, and then you will be proving your belief is really negative. Your belief is wrong, and you install the positive belief. And once you install positive belief, once you get little success, celebrate the success, then a next level of confidence and enthusiasm are coming. And thus, you will be installing again and again the positive belief, and you will be really making sure that your upliftment is something very extraordinary. Next thing I will emphasize on mastering, that is called choice. The world is called dunya because it has got two states: go or no go, take a decision or not taking a decision, jump on or pause. So every moment life will provide you a choice, opportunity to select the best. Be mindful, be cautious, be oriented of greater self and outside awareness, so that your choice will be the best, and you take selection master of every situation. If you are not able to take right selection, go to the people who really matters to you and subject matter expert. No harm to take 2 or 3 consultation before taking critical decision or choice, and take a best choice. Next thing I'll be emphasizing on you to be master on is smarties goal setting. Lot of people are roaming around in the railway station nearby. They are going, but not essentially knowing why they are going, where they are going essentially, and what is the true purpose of their going. Is that really aligned with their life vision and purpose, or they are just going for some earning? Goal setting is one of the fundamental things that you will be mastering. One day I will be living life happily. It is not a smartish goal. Smartish means simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, timeline oriented, giving some enthusiasm, giving some success, and sustainable growth oriented. So practice defining the smartest goal so that you can have a clear vision. This is my purpose of life, my ikigai. This is my 10 years goal, broken down into year by year action, and thus you will have a clarity in which year you need to accomplish what to make yourself internally ignited and externally getting a result that a real hero in the dream is supposed to get. Then the next thing is fearlessness. Being fearless is one of the fundamental essence that you need to practice. The last bencher are generally tend to be little bit of fearful. They are fearful at what will happen if I cannot answer the question being asked. What will happen if I can say it wrong and someone is really looking at me and laughing? What will happen if my heart beat too fast and I get palpitation? What will happen if I don't have any clue? Fearlessness is something inner capability of being bold. Whatever will come, maybe not known to me, but somehow I'll manage the situation. This situation handling skill will make yourself a differentiating. Practice the fearlessness and ignite your inner leadership style to go and grow further. Next thing is very much important that we talk about proactiveness versus procrastination. It has been seen that people are crying again and again for last 10 years for same reason, not getting the result. When they were asked why you are crying, why are you crying? He says, nothing is happening. I have a dream to achieve that 21 crore, but I am limited to 50 lakhs. Are you taking a right action? No. Are you learning? Are you enabling your skill so that it will help you to achieve that? Are you reaching out to those customer who is ready to pay? Is all of your customer in your locality or targeted domain are being aware of the service you are actually offering? No. How come? Your wish and your fulfillment will happen. That is a straight gap. And if you make the important thing aside and focus on all the unimportant thing, then surely this procrastination, that means the next day approach, will be really not enabling you to achieve your dream destiny. So be proactive. Take the action which is supposed to happen yesterday, finish it today, so that you can buffer time. You can have buffer time to evaluate, to judge, to audit, to assess, and take additional thing so that you can be much enriched, result oriented. The next step that is essentially required is your communication excellence. In your communication skill, whatever you are doing, your communication is very much important, be it internally or be it externally. So first and foremost thing is rapport. Rapport means what are the other person you are communicating on, he or she should have the same frequency you are operating on. That means When you are talking to other person, maybe he is known to you, may not be he is known to you. Your approach should be something like he or she will be on the same frequency operating. So, in order to establish the rapport, you need to first look at the eyes and see what is his breathing pattern, how he is standing, or how he is actually mentally preparing and breathing. Match that. So if he is focusing on you like this, and if you focusing on that, then there is a mismatch. So you also need to focus on that. Match the breathing pattern, match the posture and gesture, because body language is one of the fundamental things, so that he or she will make a comfortable working with you. So fundamentally, once the bridge is happening, then the bridge will create a impactful tunnel to communicate. So rapport, practice that, which will be enabling you to communicate efficiently. The other thing that I was talking about is called communication filter. People used to say, what I try to convey, other is not understanding. Right? It is stated, our presupposition is that if I am not getting a good result, then there is a failure of my communication. I can only communicate effectively when I can see the intended result is available. So it is the improvement opportunity of my communication. So filter is one of the essential component to convert the mismatch into message, mismatch into matches. What does it mean? That means, you see, someone is extrovert and you are introvert. Extrovert means blah 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 blah, lot of talking. So if your boss is extrovert, you are introvert, can there be a match? No. You need to uplift yourself such a way that your tonality will be little louder. You will be providing pictorial representation, some data, some visualization, presentation, orientation, so that whatever they are needing, you are giving to that. So fundamentally, remember, the communication is the conveying of message the exact way the other person is expecting to. If you are, say, on your own style, on your own way, and the other person is having other style, they are intending to see some different feed, you are going to that direction, there is a mismatch. So fundamental thing is, you need to really see what form he or she would like to have the information is. Deliver that on the same way, such a way that you can make a differentiating result. Sometime you will be able to see someone is leader, someone is really statistical oriented, someone is social oriented, and someone is some data oriented, some social oriented, etc. So you need to assess what is the learning style of the other person. Is it visually strong? Is it auditory strong? Is it kinesthetically strong? Is it a leader? It's a judger? It's an introvert? It's a filler? Based on that, your communication can be molded so that you will be able to understand, okay, what is the best way you should deliver, and deliver the same thing differently to win the communication channel. Not only that, in communication, you should focus on your listening skill. That's number one. Number two, you will be focusing on very deeply on energy management skill. In your energy management, if you see it is dragging the energy which is not important for you, pause that, eliminate that, and be focused and concentrate on what exactly required for thing to happen for both the parties. The next skill that we will be focusing on, curiosity. The curiosity is one of the essential component. You don't need to show that you know everything. You don't need to speak you know everything. Whatever you are really need to focus on, even if the topic is known, what is unknown to you, try to grab those information. Where the information flow is, that is bridging your gap of unknown, and update the knowledge base accordingly. Even the subject is known or even the subject is unknown, then with the curiosity enablement, you hunt for new thing to happen. Because in many of the cases, you have to deliver some tough project or tough objective where it is out of your comfort zone or out of your domain completely. In that case, what you need to do is you need to really, with curiosity and first learning capability and willingness, you need to grab the information fast. Grab the information fast, apply that into practical orientation so that you can explore and experience with that you are ready to deliver or contribute something uniquely. So curiosity is one of the skill that you need to sharpen. Then the next thing comes to me, that is called celebration. When the small achievement will come, do not forget to pat your back and celebrate. Thus, you will be able to see your subconscious is getting enormous boost, and thus you will be able to see your mind is getting enthusiasm to grow more, take more action. So this is the fundamental thing that you should keep and grow ahead. So the course that we have developed has got 65 essential skills that will be taught, and out of 65 essential skills you may need only 10, but these 10 will be transforming. The name of the course is Backbenchers True Transformation. The Backbenchers Transformation course. You may be thinking that I am not backbencher. I always sit on the first bencher. But remember, in your life circle, life wheel, there are lot of things. There are education, there are career, there are health, there are financial stability, there are background, there are social relationship, there are learning opportunity, there are family bonding, there are fearlessness. So a lot of things are there. Spirituality. In all aspect, if you assess your current position, it may not be you are always 8 or 9 of 10. There may be in an area you are 4 or 5 out of 10. In that case, you can be treated as backbencher. If we talk about situation handling skill, it may be 9 out of 10. It may be adaptive leadership we'll be talking about. That is 8 out of 10. But stress management, you are 4.9 out of 10. So there you are really a backbencher. So fundamentally, the Backbencher's transformation course or Backbencher's transformation journey is the journey where you will be able to understand the 65 essential skills that will enable you to sharpen your skill and uplift your skill such a high that you will be ready to uplift others so that the societal improvement will happen. Next skill that I'll be passionate about telling, problem solving skill. Installation can be done by any XYZ people, but when the problem comes, oh, this problem come again, what can be done? Then you step up, step forward, take the necessary steps, and problem being resolved. So in order to have the problem solving skill, you need to really see what is the root cause. Is it a machine failure? It is a methodical failure? It is a environmental problem? Is it a man lack of operating skill? Is it a training issue? So you need to first go and see what are the essential skill that is making the lacuna to happen. What is the gap or what is the root cause? Then once the problem is defined, when the root cause is defined, then the next step of action is finding the alternative to have the solution in place. Is it you can do or you need to involve other to get it done? What is the investment? So problem solving mastery is one of the finest thing that industry is ready to pay, that you will be emphasizing on. Next thing is selling idea. Selling skill is one of the fundamental skill that is going to make you very rich, because industry is moving one direction to other with whatever it is having. But remember, lot of unexplored areas are there. The current practices are having lot of gaps. Your creativity, your innovation can really bridge the gap, but you need to sell your idea. In order to sell your idea, whatever you need to do is you need to really see where the other person's crisis is. Where is the problem? And what is the pain area having the problem for that person? What is the loss? Is it a business loss? It is a productivity loss? Is it a loss of man-hour? Is it a loss of potential business revenue to not to be generated? So what is the risk and what is the consequence of the same failure to happen again and again? Then it is very much essential that you will be creating extra step to mitigate that. And once you will be able to do that, then convey the other person saying that your solution is simple, that can be mitigating your problem in this way with a optimized investment, such a way that you will have this much of benefit. So once you will be projecting the benefit through a POC or through some demonstration and get the confidence, then actual selling of idea is happening. Selling is nothing but transferring the enthusiasm that you have to others by showing the real benefit, by mitigating the problem or uplifting the quality of the present situation. So if you are able to do that, your sale obviously going to happen. Then comes adaptive leadership. Leadership, we all know, taking the steps so that others can follow you, taking the steps when others are still thinking go or not go, taking a proactive step to make something happening where others are just waiting, and creating luck for yourself and other when someone are waiting for your luck. Now, leadership is one of the essential behavior, but it is elementary essential that you should focus and emphasize on adaptive leadership skill. What does it mean? Adaptive leadership skill means the external environment will not be always favorable to you. It may make you down, it may make you up, next moment, something like that. So, irrespective of situation, you are ready to take mindful, proactive action through your winning habit and rich mindset with a growth mindset. Irrespective of situation, you can handle that and take extra mile so that you can mitigate the situation and move on. Your adaptive situation is, irrespective of situation, if you are making down, you will be bouncing back strongly and move on. That's the adaptive leadership. Practice, learn the adaptive leadership style so that you can make the world more and more productive. The next skill which we are trying to highlight is mindfulness. Mindfulness is one of the practice that you will be following regularly, such a way that your breathing pattern should be very much calm, long, extended, unshallowed, and you will have lot of breathing space which will be making you relax. Your vagus nerve will be really relaxed. Your pulse, BP will be in control, and your stress will be releasing, and you will be fulfilling a happiness internally to create the external environment very much joyful by enjoying whatever you do and whatever you like to do. This is very much important that you should practice on. Though we have seen that 55% is the body language and 38% is tonality of voice, 7% is only word, but you must be very much selective whatever you are saying. Select positive words so that any situation can be explained very enthusiastically, and who are listening to you, they will be really aspired, motivated, ignited, even if your message is not directly or indirectly favorable to them. Power of words are very much important. Rather, I would say power of language. Power of language means you are saying that in spite of having multiple attempts, you failed miserably and you did not score well. So whatever you are saying, in spite of having multiple attempts, you failed miserably and you did not score well. So this is really a hurting tone or hurting language. In spite of having multiple attempts, you failed miserably and you did not score well. Instead, you can say, though multiple attempts resulted failure, but there is an opportunity to work little harder to be successful next time. See the difference. Same thing. You are just twisting such a way that. So previously you focused on, in spite of having multiple time, you failed miserably and did not score well. That means he failed, did not score well. Multiple time, same story. You are translating that into different tonality. You are saying, though multiple attempt resulted failure, but there is a still opportunity for working harder to get quicker success. So he or she who is listening to you will get a positive enthusiasm. Practice the power of language patterning so that your way of throwing words or using language will be really converted into a very special note. Focus and concentration. You complain that someone is dragging your energy. But if you are really deep into your concentration at your work, which is important and urgent, then whatever is going around in the external world will not impact you. So fundamentally, your focus, your concentration, your full laser sharp attention will bring a better result. Okay. Then the next skill I'll be emphasizing on time management. Everyone is blessed with 24 hours. Few people says, oh, it is 24 hours. I worked 16 hours for last 7 days and I am feeling very much tired. Others says, oh, okay, my 16 hours gone. I don't know. I missed two important things to even touch upon. So which group you are in? The first one or the second one? So you really see that what is important, what is urgent for you. Which is important and which is urgent, make it finished quickly. What is non-important, what is non-urgent, do not touch. What is very much essential and non-urgent, focus that for your long-term vision accomplishment. And what is really non-important and non-urgent, while you are just assigning that, and which is important but not urgent, you can just delegate and move on. Managing time is one of the essential things that you will be nullifying your stress in a bigger way. Next thing I'll be emphasizing on you to practice is feedback. Power of feedback is very much essential. When you are taking something from you as the task after delegation, if you say, okay, it is okay, then the next time he or she will not get good enthusiasm. If you say, great, you have really done explosive, extraordinary job, and I have no words to appreciate you, and this part next time if you do, then it will be 110%. See the tonality, give a good feedback, ask for your performance and feedback from your manager, from your subordinate, from your superior, so that you will be able to understand, okay, what is my position, how am I contribute, and what are the essential things you can improve so that your productivity will be really great. Next thing is responsibility, accountability, ownership. This is very much important. If you just work for money, then your body language will be something different. If you want to take end-to-end relationship with ownership and responsibility, your body language is something really different, as if your work is something like your worship. Your work is something like your child. You will be making sure that end-to-end ownership is covered, and in the whole journey, if there is a gap, you will not be associated with any blame game. My part is over, it is their part. No. You will be standing firm, making sure that point A, point B, if point A is C is missing, then you will be missing the link. Such a way that you will be standing strong, make sure that the whole delivery is accomplished in a very excellent manner. Next thing that I will be emphasizing on, and that is every successful people put that into their action, called consistency. Consistency means do it again and again in a repetitive manner so that you can make your action as habit, and you can get a mastery by creating autopilot. Consistency means keep on doing the same good thing that you are mastering on. With the consistency, you will be able to make a superior productivity to happen. With the consistency, you will get your result excellent. Most of the time, people fail in the long run because they do not show the consistency to happen. Now, the next thing is I'll try to emphasize on financial stability. It is 500% essential, because in pandemic we have seen how the financial matter goes like a camphor, right? It is a very tidy situation. Then invest wisely. Wherever risk is there, you manipulate that by investing the risk fund and the debt fund with a intelligent SIP kind of stuff, so that your ups and downs will be averaged out, and you can make a good fund with the emergency fund, with the all insurance being covered, such a way that your life will be somehow risk free and going in a sustainable manner. One thing is essential, that is meditation, relaxation exercise, and kumbhak that we will be teaching. What does it mean? Actually, G is a gravitational force. It is pulling everything down. So we need to work against gravitational force. Breathe in, hold, breathe out with the squeezing of the muscle for some time, and then breathe in, relax. If you do that, then your brain is a muscle, lungs is a muscular tissue, your hand and feet body structure is a muscular tissue tied up with the tendon and the bone. Essentially all will be squeezed and released. With this kumbhak or muscular relaxation exercise, you will be able to make the strong sensation internally, and thus the gravitational force will be not making the aging impact in your body and mind. Then the next thing I'll be emphasizing on balancing your IQ, EQ, SQ and AQ. So fundamental thing is IQ, you add up your math quickly, you are very much intelligent, you are focusing on, and you can do the boom. So that is your IQ. Your EQ, emotional quotient, you are really mixing up people, working on with empathy, sympathy, etc. Now the next thing is social quotient. In the society you mix up with people who get this thing done. But adversity quotient, favorable, unfavorable, whatever the condition is, you take right action so that you can bounce back strongly, bounce forward and move on. That is essential. With this, one of the essential component is 6 or 9, that is conflict management. If you want to grow with the team, then conflict resolution is one of the essential objective that you need to learn and practice day by day. Thus, you will be master, because conflict is actually good. The different opinion is actually good. It brings up a lot of brainstorming opportunity and giving you enormous new creation horizon. But respect others' point of view, aspect conflict, and then come to a conclusive so that others' point of view, your point of view is getting integrated and you can get a better result. Now, one of the interesting topic we will be talking about, there is no alternative for your hard work. You work very hard, that is year by year providing a great result. At the same time, your smarter approach is very much important. Smarter approach means you should be seeing what others generally ignore. You should be saying or you should be showing what others has not seen. In order to do that, you need to really uplift your awareness into next level by self-awareness, by learning, by quickly observing, so that you will show the risk what the others has not seen. If you do that, then you will be actually going to touch others' mind and heart, and they will be having a great trust relationship with you. And always with your positive mindset, you essentially break the negative emotion that your surroundings has got, so that they can install positive hope, they can have patience, and they can have some sacrifices to win the situational phenomenon in a longer run, such a way that they can create a better place to live sustainably. Remember, water bottle is 10 rupees. The same packaged drinking water in airport is costing 110 rupees. It is essential to uplift and positioning yourself from most ordinary localize to extraordinary globalize. Thus, you will be able to soar from the bird eyes view with the eagle's point of view, and people will see you and will ready to pay. Thus, you will be able to see that positioning will make you a beneficial result giver. Next, I'll be emphasizing on modeling excellence. Modeling excellence means people behave based on their pattern, based on their thinking perception, which we'll call model of their world. Respect other person's model of the world. And when your goal is fixed, then you see who has already crossed the same path you are intending to go. Try to learn what they have done in order to achieve that destiny, what they have essentially done in order to mitigate the risk and failure, and what they have actually done to handle those adverse situations. If you follow that in your own way, in your skill, then you will be really having some awareness what can happen, and your inner voice will trigger the next step of action so that your journey will be really enriched, safer, and you can do much better. Be flexible. This is essentially required. Your flexibility will bring lot of dynamism in your action, and people really trust a flexible people, dynamic people who is available on demand to really add value and make a good productive progress to get rid of the crisis situation. Your flexibility will empower people to go in a hand-to-hand trust relationship. So, if you practice those skills, you will be surely going a front bencher from the backbencher. The backbencher students are usually very much, with all due respect, is very much fearful what will happen if we fail. But at the same time, statistics says, or the research says, there are many entrepreneurship has come up from the backbencher. Why? Because intentionally they are very much capable of observing nicely. Observing nicely means they see what is the impact or impulse when a message is given, how the other persons are responding when the question is asked, how the speaker is seeing, or how the speaker is actually handling the situation. So all observations are very great from the backbencher. Only missing thing is, though they have got great observation skill, only thing is they need to be transformed with all other 64 skill so that they can be a teacher, coming in association with teacher, sitting in the front bencher. In communication, it is also essentially required to make your state of mind really calming. You need to make sure that you are not problem oriented, rather a solution oriented, and you are in the top of the world, seeing the world as a great problem solver and great contributor, as a great change maker. Your state of the mind will be in such a high that for any situation handling, you will be ready to play master stroke, and thus you will be able to do something phenomenal from the ordinary out. Next is, in communication, we should also emphasize on eye accessing cue. We know three kind of learning style we have. One is visually strong, one is auditory strong, one is kinesthetically strong. So when you are talking to people, if their eyeball goes on the right up, then they are creating and something really, thinking what should it says, creating. If it is on the right side, then it is visually creation. If it is on the left side, then auditory. Left side is visual remember, auditory remember, and then kinesthetic and kinesthetic. So fundamentally, when you will be talking to people, observe their eyesight, and thus you will be able to understand, is he telling lie, or is he or she is recollecting and giving you the narratives. Always emphasize on learning fast, remember long. In order to learn fast, remember long, you need to put emphasis on the memory power enhancement. How to read quickly, how to retention, how to emphasize on memory retention essentially. And when you do that, your memory power is getting essentially associated, and thus you will be proactively narrate what you are learning into a very special way. So put extra caution of your memory power, thus you will be able to do that. Power of pause will give you a great confidence. Why? Because you are focusing on success all the time. But it is essential to pause, give a stop sometime. During stop, you can accelerate your inner capability, enrichment, inner calmness, through meditation, through muscular relaxation exercise, and then observe, audit, evaluate that are you on the right track? Where the gap? Where you could have been done better to get a better result? Thus, you will be able to take additional effort to create your productive outcome much enriched. Practice pause. So that is why we say 20-minute focused action, 5-minute break. 20-minute focus action, 5-minute break. 20-minute focus action, 5-minute break. 20-minute focus action, 30 minutes break. This break will give you enough nourishment to your body, mind, soul, and thus you will be able to get rejuvenated with full energy back. Finally, we will be emphasizing on your subconscious competency that we talked of. Like we have known, you should practice on what you know, what others know. Go into the deep, discover new things that others don't know, and put emphasis on so that you can get some competitive advantage. What you know and others don't know, you also have the green field to share your knowledge so that you will be a pioneer. And when others are not aware of, you are not also aware of, there is an opportunity for research and development. You hunt for your researching and do that. But danger thing is when others know about one subject and you are there to teach and you are having a less knowledge, then you need to really quickly learn and then acquire your knowledge fast so that you will be at par, and then with additional knowledge you will be able to gain something so that you will become a master to teach. So that competency you need to develop. You need to really have that skill into habit so that you can passionately come back on track with unknown area and do marvelous. Finally, it is essentially required to align on the technological arena like AI, cybersecurity, cyber psychology, and you should be putting more awareness and emphasis on, so that whatever coming into the digital world, you will be more empowered with the accurate knowledge and take sensible, rational, matured action to get your productivity uplifted. One fundamental thing you should focus on, that is the hot topic of today, called quantum energy channelization. In the Backbenchers transformation course, we will be putting emphasis on all the skills so that you will be having understanding how the real subjective experience happens. You will be experiencing the tools and technique very enthusiastically, and you will be taking small baby steps, that is called kaizen, to match your ikigai, to match your vision oriented purposeful goal, so that you will be able to maintain your fulfilled, brighter, compelling, satisfactory life living. Finally, we know everything is energy. Energy, vibration, the tune of radio is actually the making the frequency match and things happen. So everything is energy. Energy vibrate, and then it makes the atomic structure that makes the matter to happen. Similarly, the power of thought is the energy associativity. So anything like in Malaysia, Twin Tower, Burj Khalifa, or Empire State Building, whatever you see and say wow, that happens in three times. One is in the mind, production of the thought and energy, and then in piece of paper, that is designing engineering, and with the implementation the building is built. Such that if you at the quantum level operate on high energy, so that your energy is actually on higher side, mixing with the universal energy source. Remember, your soul is a GIF form of the universal energy source. So if you are operate on high energy, such a way that both energy are exchanged very nicely, then your vagus nerve, gut and mind or brain axis will be really accelerated. You will be feeling much more rejuvenated, enthusiastically stronger, and you can get your quantum world fulfilled with exactly what you need. And then with this quantification or quantum energy oriented world being achieved, your wall of showstopper will be broken into your real world, and you will start getting those productive results which was built in the quantum world in the regular or in the real world happening in reality. Thus, always operate on higher energy and be associated with spiritually strong and eager to contribute beyond your expected boundary, such a way that you can see your bouncing back of law of karma or law of attraction will be fulfilled you with the enriched vibration, and you will receive enormous blissful moments, and your life will be fulfilled of the fundamental happiness, health, energy with the vibration of empowerment and eagerness to grow further by passionate contribution. If you follow the 65 skill that I have narrated, those skills will be essentially being taught into Backbencher's transformation course, and you will be feeling very much enlightened, encouraged to live your life in a fabulous way, to make your life fulfilled, bright, compelling, and difference making extraordinary journey will be started. Thank you very much for your time for the long session. Hope you are now feeling enriched and you will be focusing on sharpening your skill, and see you there in our fabulous Backbenchers transformation course in the future. Stay blessed.